passionate about because I lost someone to to
Pediatric
like
cancer.
pediatric cancer. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good on Theory.
So
I
Theory
give him
does that a
props.
lot because I don't know if you know this, but Theory spent years of his early childhood in the hospital for a similar disease. It's very
I was
rare.
gonna
It wasn't technically cancer, but he needed chemo for it, so that's why he's bald. He's always been bald because of that reason.
I I was I mean not not that I've cared, but I always wondered why he was bald, and I kind of
Yeah,
figured that
it was. So he had a bone disease, which was like a cross strain of cancer.
huh.
So
Did
that's
he
why
by
he
chance
does
have
these charity streams. He always does charity streams for St. Jude's. That's the only charity streams you'll usually see him do because he
did he
knows
by chance have osteosarcoma?
that sounds familiar. So maybe that's what it is.
That's what my sister had.
But basically, what happened was Theory got together with Stupendous Wave. They did a chat that wasn't live. And then Stupendous Wave came back onto a live stream that was his first live stream ever, was him and Theory. And those two had a great conversation, just talking Star Wars, talking the love of it, all this cool lore and shit. Like, it was so much fun, dude.
That's sick.
And they did that last week, and they're making that a regular show, I believe, every Thursday. So I would definitely check that out if you guys are like Star Wars fans or you just love the EU and you love the old lore and stuff before Disney, because like Wave isn't a big fan of it either. So it's really awesome, like, to see Star Wars still, like, it's still so alive through the fans. Like, there's really no other way to say it. Like, that's just freaking spectacular. Like, it is such an awesome an awesome thing. It truly is. Like, to have Star Wars fans just sitting down, hanging out, talking freaking Star Wars, deep, deep lore that these freaking executives at Disney and these people that work there would never even fucking know.
So something that I've always wondered, right? So what they kept intact, like
They butchered. They butchered everything they kept intact. The only thing they kept intact was like Darth Vader's Luke's father and like other shit. Everything else that they could possibly fuck with, they fucked with.
so then was like the Force Unleashed canon
It
before
was,
Disney?
yeah, at the time it was.
So then how would that have worked though? Because that has alternate endings where Palpatine dies and all of that stuff.
No. The ending of that game is the one where Palpatine survives and Starkiller dies.
Oh,
Palpatine doesn't die. You beat Palpatine, but Starkiller gets killed by Palpatine at the end.
right, right.
Exactly. Yo, muffler tape just freaking hit the nail on the head. If Star Wars is around in 30 years, it will be because of the efforts of folks like them. The passion is dead for me, though. Mass Effect was my sci-fi till red, green, blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
Pilgrim,
the
it was. It was just the fact that George Lucas said that Starkiller had to be killed because if Starkiller ever went up against anybody else in the galaxy, he would have won. He needed to be killed before Luke Skywalker became a Jedi, because if he didn't, everything would be different. But that's why they had the
what
dark side version of the game where Starkiller actually hunted down Luke, Obi-Wan, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia, all that shit.
yeah, so then the Force Unleashed 2, that
Is
also was canon then too, right? That had to have been.
Yes, but the canon ending is that Vader was captured by Starkiller, and then Boba Fett showed up, broke him out, and killed them.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
It blew. Yeah, he killed everybody because Vader could survive in space.
for some reason, I always thought that like the dark ending of that game was actually the canon game or the like canon ending, but it couldn't
Well, the
be
first one doesn't have a
because
dark ending. The first one just has
wait,
one ending.
wait a second. Which one has the one where like the Star Killer clone dies? Is that like the first one?
That's the second one.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you can all the DLCs are you continue to play as the Star Killer clone.
Bro, bro, I'm pissed that we never got a Force Unleashed 3, bro. It was right there. It was right there.
Yeah, spectacular game. So fucking fun.
I'm
Remaster
saying, bro.
those.
I'm saying, bro. Those games are underrated. Like, and then you had you had like the Wii version, so like you had more than like
Oh, dude, the Wii version was low key fire because there was more missions than the Xbox and PlayStation version. On top of that, you had a freaking game mode where it was multiplayer, but it was literally freaking um Super Smash Bros. But Star Wars characters, and it was so sick. It was so
that
sick.
sound that sounds sick.
It was
That
so
sounds sick.
dope, dude. It was all the Force Unleashed characters plus like other Star Wars characters like Vader, Boba Fett, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke, the Emperor, like, and you could just play freaking Smash Bros. So fucking cool.
That's so cool.
Dude, it was
So
sick. My friends and I played it for hours back in the day.
so another like question that like, I have, right? Um cuz like I like to think that I'm like a knowledgeable fan, but like everything. So the Revenge of the Sith game, is there any can is there any
The book.
was there any canonness to that or no?
Yeah, it's the book.
Yeah, but
The
you can
Revenge
kill
of the Sith.
Palpatine.
So,
You,
so the so the Revenge of the Sith game, you don't kill Palpatine. No, you kill him in the
you
dark ending.
the dark ending isn't canon. Right. Yeah.
No, the dark ending's not canon. That you have to beat
Right.
the final mission, and then you go back and replay the final mission and choose the dark ending. But
Right.
that game
But
came out before the movie. So what
oh, did
happened?
it?
Yeah. So what happened was the game came out and everybody played it because Ryan from RK Outpost has talked about this a lot. Shout out, by the way, great fucking YouTube channel. But Ryan has said multiple times, like, I remember I went to the theaters with my friends telling them that Palpatine and Mace Windu have this insane duel and all this shit happens. And then Anakin eventually comes in and fights Mace Windu with Palpatine and he throws his lightsaber to Palpatine because he gets disarmed by Mace Windu. And all that got cut out of the movie. That's why there's actually a scene in Revenge of the Sith where Palpatine is holding Anakin's lightsaber, but they made it red. They didn't change the hilt.
Yeah.
When he
Yes.
clashes with Palpatine, when he clashes with Mace Windu, he's holding Luke's or Anakin's lightsaber
Huh.
because Anakin was there for the whole fight originally. That scene where he comes running in, that's the very beginning. He runs in right after they go, "You are under arrest, my lord," and then
What?
Palpatine tells everybody.
He
And
was there?
Anakin was supposed to be there. Yeah, they rewrote it though. And also, Nick Gillard talks about that. That's hilarious. I love it.
So I haven't read the Revenge of the Sith book
Oh,
in
it's so
a
good,
while.
dude. It's so
I have
good.
it here somewhere, but like that is in the book, right? That like Anakin was like there for like the fight and such.
I believe so.
But now that's not canon, right? Because the
Yes.
because the like Revenge of the Sith book isn't canon now, right?
Yeah, but I take it, even though the book was written like during the filming, and like finished afterwards, I take that as canon because like that it fills in so much more. And you know that like Palpatine was actually putting those visions in Anakin's head, and there was all this like turmoil within Anakin that you get like Anakin's state of mind, you get Mace Windu's state of mind, you get Yoda's state of mind, you get Obi-Wan's state of mind. Like you can't have them talking to themselves in their head in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So you get so
Yeah,
much more from the book where they're talking to
right.
themselves about what's
So
going on. Like
yeah,
it's just so much better. There's also an entire battle with Grievous that's cut out. That's why in the movie it cuts straight to Grievous and Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan's on the boga and
yeah,
Grievous is on his wheel bike.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think you're correct, Pilgrim. But so what you get is there was a whole fight where Grievous was like murdering people on a freaking train,
I remember reading that.
and
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
yes.
was fighting him on the train, and then they jump back off at one point because the train gets like derailed.
All
Like
right.
there's like a
So
whole long fight between the two of them.
before we go back into talking about more of like what used to be canon, let me ask you a question. This might be tough because you've said that like Revenge of the Sith, the movie in its entirety is a 10, right? Would would them adding some of what was left out change the score for you?
No, I think it'd only make it better.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, Anakin fighting Sindralig, the battle master of the Jedi, the best duelist in the entire Jedi Order,
That's the best level in the whole freaking
and
game. That
Anakin
is the
kills
best
him.
level.
Yeah, that's freaking sick, especially since that guy was Anakin's sword master. He trained Anakin
Yeah.
as a Padawan. Like when Anakin was a Padawan and wasn't assigned to Obi-Wan directly yet, like working under him in missions, when he was just at the temple training and Sindralig was like his first teacher next to Obi-Wan. Like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Because
Yeah.
and then he walks up to forget the name of the guardian. It might have been Sindralig at the time, who was also who was the gatekeeper. There was a Jedi Master who was the gatekeeper, and Anakin just walks up with all the clones, and he's like, "What are you doing here? Like, I guess it's a problem. Thank God you're here with a whole army." And then Anakin just literally beheads him, but he doesn't behead him. He cuts him like from the ear to ear, so he slices his head in half, and then just walks in and starts annihilating everybody with the 501st.
That is wild.
Like there's so much extra shit in the book that's just phenomenal. Also, Shaq T gets killed by Grievous.
Yeah, bro.
Either that or Anakin. I don't remember which one's in the book. I think the Grievous one was the because both of them were deleted scenes, but I forget which one they chose for the book. It might have been that Shakti is in the temple and Anakin walks in on her when she's meditating, and she knows
So
she talks to him and she tells him,
so
like, I know
they
what you're about to do, and what you're about to do
did
is wrong, and he just kills her.
so Disney kept the movies intact, but there's something that like I wonder. So
Did they
what
though?
about
Because now we have like Kiadi Mundi being alive during a certain time. You know what I mean?
okay, okay, no, but so like I'm getting to something here. So remember in Battlefront 2, the 501st journals?
Yeah,
Is that
fucking
canon still?
spectacular. Yeah, Shakti has the most deaths in Star Wars, and then Ahsoka took that mantle because now Ahsoka's died 5 times.
Wild. Are the 501st journals still canon?
No, because the 501st journals also talk about the Kaminoan rebellion
Right. Which,
and how the
yeah, which,
Kaminoans rebel against the Empire with all the clones that they have there. that are still
Thanks a
loyal.
lot, Bad Batch.
Yeah,
That's not
Bad
gonna
Batch
happen
ruined
now.
the Canon Rebellion. We didn't get
Oh,
that. That's what everybody wanted, and that's not what the Bad Batch gave us. Everybody wanted
bro,
a Canon Rebellion. That would have been so fucking cool, and it would have canonized
no,
the 501st Journals. But the 501st Journals are no longer canon. And actually, if you go all the way back, the reason that the 501st Journals aren't canon is because of the inhibitor chips. Because if there wasn't
mm.
inhibitor chips, originally there was no inhibitor chips. And the clones thought they were doing the right thing. So then all the clones were just regular people. They weren't controlled by anything.
So
And
this
then
was before Disney, then.
exactly. So the clone troopers and the original 501st Journal said we thought we were doing the right thing. We thought that we were protecting the galaxy when in reality we were its destroyers. So a lot of clone troopers end up either extremely loyal to the empire or they end up as like outcasts and strays, and some of them even took their own lives because of what they did to their best friends because they thought they were doing the right thing
That's
by killing
wild.
the Jedi. Yeah, it was so much more
That's
deep than just a button clicks and this inhibitor chip in your head takes over.
now that we've had this conversation, I hate that now. I hate that
I
now.
hate the inhibitor chip, dude. I think it's so fucking stupid because think about like that when you first saw Revenge of the Sith and you had no idea what an inhibitor chip was, the first thing you think to yourself is, wow, this is insane. They're turning on their best friends
Yeah,
because of loyalty, straight up loyalty. And then they realize soon afterwards that they were all fucking pawns.
right,
And then
right.
actually
Whereas,
that ends up with all of them joining up with the commandos and Cal Skirata and going to Mandalore.
which now that's not canon either, right?
No, because they're
Also,
Mandalorian by blood.
so yeah, but no, so like now that they have the inhibitor chips, it kind of in a way justifies what they like did kind of sort of because they weren't in
They weren't in control of themselves.
exactly right. Yeah,
So
right.
it removes that gray area that like when in reality all the clones were just like fuck if this is the order we knew this would come someday whether it was order 66 or I believe it was order 65 which was the reverse where the government was corrupt and we had to arrest everybody in the government. But like the Jedi were going to enact that, but Palpatine enacted 66 first.
Wild.
Yeah. So that was Mace Windu's plan was arrest him 69. No, I don't think it was 69. But it was like arrest him and then there was an order for Palpatine as well. It's just he had to enact it before the Jedi did. So that's why when Mace Windu came to arrest him, he was like, fuck it, kill him, get rid of this shit. 66 is going down now.
Wait, so was Mace going to enact Order 65? Was he?
Afterwards, yeah, to like shut down the government for a minute. Yeah. He
How did
wasn't
the
he wasn't gonna
how
kill
did the
all
Jedi
the
have that
government
power? How did the Jedi have that power to
because
do
they
that?
had this same power over the military because they were all generals.
Hmm.
So if all the
Okay.
generals agreed, then yeah, that's how it would work. All the
Okay.
highest ranking generals, which basically would be the council, would agree on Order 65 to be enacted,
That's
which
crazy.
which is get the chancellor and put him into extreme custody, and then everybody else is just like corded off to their rooms and kept there on guard on watch so that the government can't make any decisions until everything's figured out because there could be a Sith involved.
Bro, bro, are you saying they could enact Order 66 or 65
Yes,
without this inhibitor? Yes. Yeah.
yes, yeah, without the inhibitor shit, dog, Mrs. Dog.
The clones would have just had to listen to him.
Yeah, they're soldiers. They're bred to be soldiers. Good soldiers follow orders. That quote came from an old freaking 501st book.
What book? I kind of want to read it.
Dude, I can't remember. I think it came from one of the books where it's like, yeah, like, are we really doing this? Where there's clone troopers going, are we doing this right now? Are we actually doing this right now? And the other ones
They
are like,
say that. They say that in the 501st journals, bro. They
yeah,
say that
yo,
when they're
fuck
like,
it.
going to the temple.
I'm looking up the 501st Journals Order 66 right now. I gotta play this shit because this
That is perfection, y'all. That is perfection. Was that quote in the animated Star Wars? Was it?
no.
No.
Oh, the quote, "Good soldiers follow orders." Yeah, it's in Clone Wars.
That was fives, right?
It was 5. It was dog. It was top 5s, Rex.
That's crazy though. The 501st journals, y'all. Like, if you have not played Battlefront 2, which, like, first of all, how would you not have? But like, play Battlefront 2. You can play it on your console now. Play it.
Oh, dude,
It's
we better not get hit for the music, but we there's a
you have to hear it though.
there's a
You have to hear it.
possibility we will. So like, I'm just
I
gonna
don't
talk
care.
over, but like,
Perfection, bro.
What I remember about the rise of the Empire is how quiet it was. During the waning hours of the Clone Wars, the 501st Legion was discreetly transferred back to Coruscant. It was a silent trip. We all knew what was about to happen, what we're about to do. Did we have any doubts? Any private, traitorous thoughts? Perhaps, but no one said a word. Not on the flight to Coruscant, not when Order 66 came down, and not when we marched into the Jedi Temple. Not
too good.
Bro, perfection. Why did they feel the need
With
to
the fall of
remake
Coruscant
these
and the
games, bro?
elimination of the traitorous Jedi, Palpatine's rise to power was complete. In recognition of our service and loyalty to the Emperor, the 501st were placed under the direct command of Lord Vader. Armed with deadly new weapons, blazing new ships, and shiny new armor, our presence let the galaxy know that the days of the old Republic were well and truly over. We were establishing a new era, an era of order and peace.
Dude.
Oh, perfection. Perfection, bro. Perfection.
They
Why
had
they,
no idea.
I hate that that's not canon now. Bro, Roland. The final mission of the Battle journals. Do you have any like memory of that? Remember it?
Isn't it the Death Star?
No. You fight droids on Mustafar. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, you wipe
That
out
went
the
hard.
separatists.
Yes. That goes hard. That goes hard. Double dipping the chip if you have access to a beloved IP, why not milk it? If done well, it can bring new people into. True.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing, Muffler Tape. They're not milking it, they're bastardizing it. The same way that they're bastardizing Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, like
fucking facts right here. There's a masculinity to that clip that doesn't exist with Disney Star Wars. Fuck yeah, Small Time Republic. Yeah, they're not making Star Wars, Muffler Tape. They're taking Star Wars and bastardizing it. You could have made like Star Wars content that was literally that on screen, a show about the clones. You could have done that in live action on screen, but you didn't. You've given us a ton of other shit that is not good. You fucked up the sequel trilogy. And then when it comes to Lord of the Rings, you could have done the same exact fucking thing. You have the Silmarillion. You're basing your story in the Second Age. You could have done all of that shit. But you don't. You go and take characters' names and make your own story with the names of characters. I said this last week. It is Lord of the Rings and Star Wars in name only. You used to leave Star Wars feeling delighted. Nobody left any of the sequel trilogy movies feeling absolutely delighted and or elated.
I mean, I left
You
The Force Awakens feeling like,
you left questioning.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. But you didn't walk out of there beaming. People walk out of
Yeah.
these movies beaming when they were around. Same thing with
Bro.
Lord of the Rings. And to a lesser extent, The Hobbit. You'd walk out and be like, yeah, this is Middle Earth. I have a warm and fuzzy feeling in me.
Even the Hobbit movies, you like walked out of the theater thinking that was awesome. Like, I don't get it, bro.
Like muffler tape. Take any of your favorite anime and have them change all the characters' actions and the way that they should act before the story, because that's what they do. They go back before any of this shit or way after and
Talk about bastardizing. That's something that I want
change
to show
up
you too.
all these characters. They change up all these characters to where you're like, I don't even recognize this person. Like, I had to go and see The Last Jedi 4 times just to make sure that I really genuinely was like, I hate this. Because I walked out of that. The first time I walked out of that movie, I was like, everybody cheered, and I was like, am I wrong? Like, I'm the biggest Star Wars
people
fan.
cheered at the end of The Last Jedi? Really?
Dude, the first time I saw it, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, everybody liked this. Am I the bad guy? Like, why don't I like this? I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life.
All right.
Read
I
all
remember you saying that, like,
I've watched all the movies countless times. Why do I feel like this is wrong?
you
Why do
literally
I
told
feel
me that, like, you
dirty?
felt super conflicted. That you felt like conflicted
No,
about,
I
like,
just felt like I needed to be sure that I wasn't wrong.
yeah.
So I went back, I saw it with friends, I saw it with family, and then I saw it again by myself after that. Because the first time I saw it with my parents, and then I saw it with friends, and then I saw it with other family members, and then I went back by myself to watch it a 4th time to be like, yeah, I fucking hate this. Because by the 4th watch, I literally had people booing in the theater.
Interesting. So it's like that first weekend high. Like when we went to go see the Avengers films.
Literally. Because now when I go back and watch Endgame, I'm like, well, you fucked up all of Marvel.
By the way, speaking about messing up, Crimson sent me this earlier. Naruto has got a beard now, apparently.
Dude, yeah. As Small Town Republic, I was the same way.
This is
And yeah,
crazy.
Muffler Tape, I totally agree. Cowboy Bebop, they fucked up. Because I grew up watching Cowboy Bebop, and my mom and I watched that first episode of that show, and we were both like, okay, the first episode is all right. And then we watched the second episode, and we were like, this is terrible. And then all the shit on the outside with the actors was just such a shit show. I watched the entire show. I talked about it on this channel. But it was bad. And then yeah, Small Town Republic, I felt disgusted walking out of that theater. And I felt like I was the one who was wrong until I watched it a couple more times and realized, yeah, this is fucking bad.
I think,
and that's actually around the same time that I found people like Gary from Nerdrotic and like Geeks and Gamers and all these other YouTubers, and then even Theory, who I had followed already for like 2 years because he started in 2016. That's the first time I found him through Stupendous Wave. I was like, yo, like, even Theory fucking hates this. Like, I'm not wrong here. Like, this is not Star Wars.
So I was that way, but with like the Rise of Skywalker. When I walked out of the theater, I liked it. But then seeing it a few times after, because I can't stand watching it, I hate it.
See,
I hate
I was a bit weird on Rise of Skywalker.
Did you not hate it when you saw it?
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I watched the movie because I was at Star Wars Celebration that year and I saw Ian McDiarmid on stage and I actually got to speak with Ian McDiarmid face to face, Emperor Palpatine. And he was the sweetest man in the world. By the way, shout out, that fucking guy rocks. Him and Hayden Christensen are the coolest fucking people you will ever meet at a con. And I talked to both of them for about 5 to 10 minutes. And Ian was just so glad to be doing something with Star Wars, but I could tell that his heart wasn't in it. He was just happy to make people happy, knowing that he would be in the movie.
Right.
But then when I watched the movie, I was like, I see why he wasn't as hype. Like, he knew he was just a money grab. And when I watched that movie, that whole movie feels like a flash of scenes. If you get what I'm saying, it's like,
Yeah, I get it.
boom, we're on this planet. Boom, we're on this planet. Boom, we're on this planet. Boom, we're
I
on
don't
this
know.
Boom, we're on this planet. Boom, big battle at the end. Boom, we're done. It's like,
I don't know if
so
it's better than Last Jedi though. I don't know
No,
if it's better than Last Jedi though.
they're both bad for different reasons. Rise of Skywalker has absolutely zero story. And The Last Jedi just shits on everything that came before it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
True.
Rise of Skywalker is a fucking bumblefuck of just flashy scenes and flashy things and characters that just somehow Palpatine returned. Oh, well, we got to think about Luke. Oh, and Kylo Ren has fucking 5 lines in the movie. Oh, and his last, like, he fucking, you die, I kiss you, you live, I die, you kiss me, I live, you die. Like, what the fuck? And Palpatine kills himself. He's like, if you kill me, I become all the Sith. I'm gonna kill myself, and then he doesn't become all the Sith. Like, it literally makes zero fucking sense. And Lando's just jerking off a battle droid the entire fucking movie. Like, it's fucking terrible. C-3PO's like, oh, I have red eyes now. Just one more look at my
friends.
And it's like, you've literally known these people in canon for a year. No, like 6 months. They're not your fucking friends. Like, they're using you right now. Oh, by the way, the Death Star, when it blew up, it landed on this fucking planet. So we can go to this planet where this ancient dagger from thousands of years ago shows us exactly where to go on this fucking moon where this fucking Death Star crashed.
How would it know?
How would it know?
How would it know?
That's a wonderful fucking question, Roman.
Also, force healing? Force healing?
Force healing is the dumbest shit in the fucking world. It existed in the EU, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, like, they're not like Wolverine. It's not like that. Like, they can't heal like that. Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
yes.
Fucking literally, dude.
And not like Episode 8 and vaguely knew of the Phantom
Yeah,
Menace
but the Phantom Menace is literally just bullshit. The fandom menace is not real. It was a group of people at one point that were really against it, and they took Red Letter Media and all these other fucking Star Wars YouTube channels and went after, like, them for disliking Disney. The fandom menace is a media made up fucking thing. It's Star Wars fans that go, Disney is not fucking Star Wars. The most two Star Wars that they got, in my opinion, was Rogue One.
I don't care what y'all say. I will actually defend that film. I think that's actually good. I think that,
because,
like,
yes,
Rogue
it
One,
didn't take place in, like, yeah, it fucked up shit, but yeah, Crimson, we know Muffler Tape's been filling us in. What's up, brother?
yeah, facts.
But
Like,
it's a Disney is such a fucking butt fuck, dude.
dude, I can't even defend the Solo movie, bro. And
That
I
movie's
wanted to like that movie. When we were in high school, you said it was the most okay movie ever. Do you still have that view?
It literally is. It's literally just okay. But it's also
That's not
ass.
good.
No, it's not good. It's fucking mid. It is the most mid fucking movie ever, and it's a Star Wars movie. That should not be mid. They're like, well, we wanted to show the Kessel Run, and it's like, okay, that's retarded.
It's something that's like a passing mention,
You want
right?
to explain a fucking Kessel Run?
Gamergate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so you get it. Because Gamergate was fucking big, and people don't know enough about Gamergate, and I'm not going to take the time to fucking explain it, because go fucking read a book.
I would also say too, though. I would also say too that I think that the only thing that I didn't like about Rogue One was its marketing, because they shouldn't have put Vader into the trailers,
Bro.
but then like
That's because Disney reshot it. But
I know, but I'm saying
that marketing was sick. That first trailer for Rogue One, where all you heard was the freaking alarm from a Star Destroyer just going, wee, wee, wee. That shit was fucking sick.
that is true. That does go hard.
That is the hardest trailer that they've ever fucking dropped for a Star Wars thing.
But then there's also that scene in the trailer of Vader walking on like the beach and all of that stuff. Like they cut that out too.
No, that's because they changed the ending.
Right, yeah. They should have kept that first ending that they had. But it might not have fit as well. Also, just to go back to Rise of Skywalker for a hot second. Did they ever in movie explain why Palpatine was back?
No, they said somehow Palpatine returned.
I showed you what they played in Fortnite, right? That was the canon reasoning.
Yeah, you gotta read the fucking. You gotta play the DLC to fucking watch Star Wars. Broman. Yes, me too, Mrs. Dog. That is my alarm clock.
Flex.
All right, you're telling me this isn't the best trailer that Star Wars has ever dropped from Disney?
State your name for the record.
Jin Ursa.
Forgery of imperial documents, possession of stolen property, aggravated assault, resisting arrest.
On your own from the age of 15. Reckless, aggressive, and undisciplined. This is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. We have a mission for you. A major weapons test is imminent. We need to know what it is and how to destroy it.
Is that clear?
This is the
Yes,
only
sir.
Disney Star Wars I'm excited for. Andor Season 2.
Hey, that's in our intro.
What will you do when they catch you?
Oh,
What will you
that
do
movie
if they
goes
break
hard.
you? If you continue to fight, what will you become?
Bro, that trailer goes hard. That trailer goes hard.
Okay, yeah. I literally took that from that trailer and put it in our intro and looped it.
That's dope.
That's the exact sound I use is from that trailer. And I freaking
I
love
don't
that.
get why people hate it. I actually really don't.
No, I understand why some people don't like it. That's like the hardcore. And I get it because I am one of them, but I like the movie. And honestly, the only Disney Star Wars that I'm truly excited for is Andor Season 2. And yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
agree with you, Small Time Republic. Like CGI Tarkin was jarring, but they could have used the guy who played him in Revenge of the Sith for like 2 seconds when you see him at the very end, when he's standing next to Palpatine and Vader looking off at the Death Star being built. Like that guy could have played Tarkin, and he did. He did
it was just
actually. So no, he did actually play Tarkin in that scene. They just CGI'd his face over it.
I mean, it was kind of like what happened with like Carrie Fisher. Like
Yeah,
that was
same shit.
that
But they
was
used her
creepy too.
daughter for that. No, that was actually Carrie Fisher. She wasn't dead yet.
That was actually her?
Yeah,
Was it?
that was actually Carrie Fisher.
Oh, okay. But
No,
like
they CGI'd her in episode 9.
that's
She died after.
weird.
She died
That's
after.
weird. So like was Daisy Ridley talking to no one then?
Yes.
That's weird. That's weird. That's kind of freaky. In college over what Star Wars movie was worse, Rogue One or The Last Jedi? Really?
Whose side were you on? You better have been on Rogue One.
I would take watching 1,000 or like
I would watch
I would
Rogue One
watch
a million times over The Last Jedi.
well, I would even take watching Solo on loop for like the rest of my life if it means that. Like, okay, good. Good.
Yeah, you
Phew.
had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
I need to know like what they were thinking, like bringing Palpatine back to life. Like they
Yeah,
also used footage of Carrie Fisher
that's correct.
that had been cut from. Oh, okay, all right. But then, how did if Palpatine wasn't planned the whole time? How did they have footage of her talking about Palpatine?
They used her
How
daughter.
they have that?
They used her daughter.
Oh my god, that's so messed up. That's so messed up. That's so messed up. A lot of us did. I I think we all did.
That's what I'm saying. The first time I watched it, I walked out wondering if I was the fucking bad guy.
But like the thing
You know what's
is,
crazy? I still fucking love talking about this because I care so much about Star Wars, man. I fucking love talking about this.
like the thing with that is too, if they hadn't bastardized Luke, that movie would have been an okay movie. It
No,
still would have been good.
it still wouldn't have because they killed freaking what's her fuck Captain Phasma in a terrible way. Fucking Finn should have died. Like Rose was a horrible character. Nothing against Kelly Marie Tran as an actress, but the fucking character was terrible.
Facts.
Like, there's so much shit. The entire Canto Bite shit was fucking retarded. I ran out of fuel in space, I'm really slow, was fucking retarded. Hey, let's have Admiral Haldo do a fucking kamikaze.
Also, bro,
was retarded. Yeah, Admiral
my
Akbar
brother.
sucked out the window was fucking retarded. Princess Leia gets sucked out the window and Mary Poppins her way back. Fucking retarded. Like, that movie was fucking retarded.
My brother has this theory that Haldo was actually the First Order spy. Think about it, right? As soon as she took over,
Bro,
the
I
First
don't
Order.
think about any theory when it comes to the sequel trilogy. I don't give a fuck about that trilogy. That trilogy's not canon.
I'm just, well, it is now, which sucks, but
No, it's not. It's canon to only the executives at Disney.
thing is, Adam Driver is not a bad dude. Adam Driver's an awesome actor. He's an awesome actor.
No, Adam Driver's spectacular, and he had a terrible time. He said that was like literally one of the worst decisions. That's why he won't come back.
I can't blame him, bro. Like,
Adam Driver
I was
would have been
not.
phenomenal. You know what he would have been great as? Revan.
Oh my god.
He would have been a
Yes.
great Revan. Adam Driver would have been a great Revan, and I still to this day think that Adam Driver could be a spectacular version of Severus Snape
Yes.
when it comes to Harry Potter.
A young Snape,
Judas,
though.